Hello and welcome back. For the month of December, I thought that it would be really fun to read some Christmas books. So in today's video, I am going to be filming a Christmas reading vlog. I hope you guys enjoy. And just to start off, I did actually end up starting a Christmas book already. So I actually bought an Advent romance Christmas book. I saw this at Indigo and I was like, this sounds right up my alley. So essentially what it is it's a romance book in Advent calendar form. So pretty much I can open a chapter and read one every day for the first 24 days of December. This is kind of what it looks like, just as an example. So it'll say like the date, and then you have to pretty much open up the chapter and read it. It's December 3rd, so I've read the first 3 chapters, and so far so good. This book is about a girl named April. She's 18 years old, and she was born with a fatal heart defect, so she received a heart transplant when she was a teenager, and for this Christmas, she is spending it with her dad, and she kind of has a budding romance that ensues while she's there. So it's cute. I mean, I'm going into this book just looking for a fun little cute Christmas romance, and that's exactly what this is so far. I will say the writing is very juvenile, especially for an 18-year-old. It kind of feels like she's written a lot younger than 18, which is very interesting to me. But I'm not going to nitpick too much on the level of writing that I'm reading, just because this is for fun. So yeah, as I read more of this book, I will keep you guys in tune. And that's all I've started so far for books, so just stay tuned. Okay, it's December 17 and I have been keeping up with reading the Advent romance A Heart for Christmas by Sophie Jomain, and I'm going to be super duper honest. This book is terrible. Like, the writing is so bad. It feels so juvenile. I don't know if this author has a lot of experience writing, but it just feels like the quality and the overall skill of writing is just not fully developed. So yeah, reading this book is just, it's a little bit painful. I mean, I do love unwrapping like the different chapters and stuff. And I think it is such a unique idea to make a Advent book. Like, that is so fun to me. And I think the overall concept was interesting. It's just, this girl is 19 years old and she reads like a 12-year-old, and the writing style feels like a 12-year-old could have written this book. And I don't have a lot of good things to say about this book. So I think this book had a lot of potential, but it's not really living up to that. And I think the whole dialogue that we're reading is, again, quite choppy. And the way a lot of sentences are started or conversations kind of come to an end is a little bit weird. Like, it just doesn't flow. It doesn't feel like a natural conversation that you would hear in real life. So for that, it's kind of hard to read, because I'm thinking to myself, who talks like this? This book is honestly not good. I don't think I'd recommend this book at all. I'm going to keep reading it for Christmas and we'll see if it gets better, but I don't have very many good things to say about this book. And I think honestly, if the overall quality of writing of this book was better, I would probably enjoy it more. But so far, it's just something that I'm reading because I've started it. So yeah, unfortunately, I'm not a fan of this book at all. Okay, I finished A Heart for Christmas by Sophie Jomain on December 24 as per the Advent romance kind of calendar, and I'm giving this book 1 star. I did not like this book at all. The only appeal that this book had for me to finish reading it was the fact that each chapter you unwrap before Christmas. I thought that concept was super unique, but overall this book was terrible. The author's writing is reminiscent of a junior high girl trying to write in her diary diary. That's kind of how it felt. Our main character is supposed to be 19, but she reads again like she's in junior high school, so it felt extremely juvenile, and the writing is atrociously terrible. I just can't believe that this got published, because I'm not sure if it's the translation from French to English or what exactly it is, but I find it hard to believe that the translation would make the English version so bad. So yeah, for me, it was really difficult to enjoy this book because the writing was terrible, because our main character read 5 years younger than she actually was. Honestly, all the relationships felt super duper shallow. I mean, this girl thinks she's in love within 5 minutes of meeting a guy. So to me, that was kind of like unbelievable. The only part I liked about this book was possibly the setting, but once again, you couldn't really tell that we were in the French Alps because the author didn't do much with the setting, and the dialogue felt super disjointed, and it didn't read like normal conversations would. So as I was reading these conversations and the dialogue between characters, it didn't even sound like how people would speak in real life. So that also felt weird, and I just felt very disconnected from all the characters. The family relationships were weird as well. I don't have a lot of good things to say about this book, and I don't think I'd recommend this for Christmas, even though it is an Advent romance. I think if you do want to pick up an Advent calendar type book, I would definitely recommend that, just not anything by this author. So yeah, that's my review for this one. Unfortunately, I just don't have any good things to say about it. So yeah, hopefully the other ones are better. Okay, I have started another Christmas book, and this one is Good Spirits by B.K. Borison. This is a new release, I believe, in December, and I just absolutely loved the cover and the sprayed edges, so I thought I'd pick this one up. I'm not normally super into a lot of holiday romances, but this one did kind of trigger my attention because the male main character is the ghost of Christmas past, which I thought was a really fun twist on a holiday romance. I thought it's creative and a little bit outside of the box. So yeah, it's about the ghost of Christmas past coming to haunt our female main character, whose name is Harriet, and he's trying to figure out why he's haunting her, because she's a really nice person and she hasn't done anything super seriously bad in her life. So yeah, they're kind of going on this journey of trying to figure out what exactly she's done wrong when she hasn't. That's pretty much the premise of it. I think that this book is super good. I'm actually enjoying this book quite a bit, surprisingly. I'm just over halfway through, and this book is dual point of view, so I like switching between Nolan and Harriet's point of views and just kind of getting both sides of it. It's super fun, super whimsical, super magical, nothing too serious right now. There's a bit of a mystery because Nolan is kind of starting to realize certain things, and he doesn't seem like he's much of a ghost at this point anymore, so it's just interesting because they're kind of falling for each other, but he is a ghost. I'm very intrigued to see how this book ends and if it is a happy ending, just because I'm not sure how exactly it's going to work yet. We're slowly getting our way there, and I think I have an inkling of an idea, but yeah, I'll be really interested to kind of see how this wraps up. And so far so good. It's a really cute Christmas story, and I will keep you guys posted when I finish it. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Okay, I finished Good Spirits by B.K. Borison a couple days ago, and I really enjoyed reading this Christmas romance. I gave it 4 stars. It was just kind of the perfect Christmas romance that I was looking for. The male main character is the ghost of Christmas past, so I thought that was a really fun twist on just a classic Christmas romance, because usually these kind of read like a Hallmark movie, and that's not really my jam. They're just a little bit too cheesy for me, so I like the twist on this, and it didn't feel nearly as cheesy as some of the other Christmas romances I've read in the past. Nolan, who is our male main character, he had a lot of depth to him, and I really enjoyed learning more about his past and his history mystery and just kind of finding out why he was there and put into Harriet's life at that moment. And Harriet was definitely a super likable female main character. She had a lot going for her. She is the sweetest person ever. She has done no harm to anything. I enjoyed reading how they connected and their relationship developed. Harriet not only develops her relationship with Nolan, but she kind of goes through a lot of character growth and realization with a lot of her relationships with her family members. And I enjoyed seeing her kind of realize what she should do with a lot of those family members and seeing how she kind of put her foot down. There was definitely one relationship she had with a family member that surprised me, and the way that resolved was very satisfying. So I enjoyed that the author kind of allowed Harriet to grow and just become more of herself and be comfortable in her own skin. So yeah, this book is 4 stars. If you guys like Christmas romances, I would 100% recommend this book. It's just kind of unlike any other Christmas romance I've ever read, and it's really intriguing, really interesting to visit her past as well. So yeah, definitely recommend this one. And then I did start and finish The Most Wonderful Crime of the Year by Ali Carter. I didn't film anything for this because this book was just so fast-paced. The chapters were usually around 3 to 5 pages long. I was just flipping through this thing. This book is not even 300 pages. So yeah, I finished this book already. This book is about Maggie, our main character. She is a mystery author, and she gets an invitation to go to this mansion in England from her #1 fan. That's kind of what we get the premise of the book as. And so she ends up showing up to this mansion all the way from New York to England, not knowing what's going on. And lo and behold, she also arrives there with her nemesis, who is another mystery author, and his name is Ethan. So they are both at this stranger's mansion, not knowing really what's going on. And within the first day, a crime takes place, and so these 2 crime authors ensue to solve it. This is the Christmas version of Knives Out, and I really enjoyed this book. It was a great mystery and honestly a really good romance as well. Maggie is a really cool main character. She has a really cool backstory. She's got a lot of depth to her, and the way she grew up kind of allows her to think very abstractly versus Ethan. He's got a lot of hidden secrets about him. We don't really know what's going on with him or how he became a mystery author, versus Maggie's story is very upfront. So I enjoyed reading about Ethan because it kind of felt like he's just this guy who's kind of good looking and that's why he's selling books, but that's not really who he is. So he's got a lot of depth as well that we slowly get to uncover, and the way he treats Maggie is just so sweet. He's just such a sweet guy, and so I really enjoyed reading the dynamic of their relationship and the way it kind of progressed and evolved. They were also solving a mystery, so that was super fun. We're kind of following along 2 things, and so I think this book was just super fun. I gave it 4.5 stars. This was my favorite Christmas book I read this year. It was just so fast-paced, and not only was I intrigued with the mystery, but I was also intrigued with the romance. That is what made this book so good. The only reason it's not 5 stars is just it was a little bit too short for me, so I didn't get super attached to any of the characters. And it's just a Christmas book, so there wasn't the most depth. But yeah, I would definitely recommend this Christmas book for sure for anyone who's into Christmas books. And if you're kind of tired of all the Hallmark books / movies, then this is definitely a little bit different. And so yeah, these are the books I read in this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one soon.